After watching Dune 1 and 2, I come to this understanding that I know for a fact Star Wars could be great one more time around. But I know without a shadow of doubt it will never be like it used to be. Let me explain why. As you're aware how Disney Star Wars is now, and not to bore you too much, when Disney bought Star Wars back in the day, I was hopeful and think, you know what? Disney has some money. At the time I thought they had money, but anywho, I was like, if anybody can make a good Star Wars movie, it would be Disney. I was wrong on that one, of course, but the main reason is because they had money at the time. And I think, well, they can make a good story. They can do a lot of action, all that stuff, right? Because that's what a lot of, big budgets cost is the CGI and all that stuff. And we quickly found out how the sequel trilogy happened, right? And over the years, I still want, I think we all want a great Star Wars movie again. We get a little bit of Andor for what I watched of it. We got a little bit of Rogue One. I like Rogue One. But the other ones just, in my humble opinion, fell flat. And watching Dune 1 and 2, I was caught up in the universe quickly. Yeah, Dune 1 was a little bit of a slow burn, but it was world building, right? I was interested in that story and the world that he was telling about it. He was showing, not telling me, the world. And I was in love. 100%. And then 2 happened, and I'm like, wow, it is freaking awesome. It's not the Empire Strikes Back level of awesome or the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, awesome, but still a great movie. Highly recommend it. I done a review. The review wasn't too much, just basically telling you it was great and my opinion on it and recommend watching it. But walking away from Dune 2, just thinking about the last couple of days, it just got me thinking. I was like, man, I wish Star Wars was like this. And I honestly kind of got a little bit aggravated because I know now it's possible, 100%. But Disney does not want that. They want the content of Star Wars. They don't want the cinema Star Wars anymore. Because they have to have produce it. They have to have all the people they want. They want 10,000 cooks in the kitchen to make a Star Wars movie. They don't put their trust in a vision for a director to make a great Star Wars movie. They have to do all the things, and if they don't like them, they fire them. They want to find somebody, a young, upcoming director that they can control to make a Star Wars movie or show, and ends up not being what it is. I'm not saying, J.J. Abrams was a low kind of director, but I think Kathleen Kennedy, I think she just basically told him what to do, and he did it. And I think it shows. And having a budget, $150 million budget for Dune 2, I think, there's no freaking excuse. There is not. And I hope Hollywood looks at Dune and realizes, this is what people want. We should make movies like this, what people want. And I think I heard that the director of Dune 1, 2, and I'm not even going to try to attempt to pronounce his name because I'm going to embarrass myself, which I already do that already. But anywho, he was talking about he wants to make a couple more movies of something else and then come back to Dune 3 maybe 10 years from now. And I was thinking, dude, I don't think that they're going to make you wait. They're not going to wait for 10 years for Dune 3. The way the market is, the way the excitement's there, they want Dune tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? But let me explain. Now, the director of Dune 1, 2, he's a different type of artist. He's a different type of director. And it shows by his work of his movies. I've not watched all of them, but the ones I watched, you can tell he takes his time to make these movies. You can tell in the script, you can tell in the visuals of the movie. It's not fast-paced. He's building a world around the script, and it's beautiful. Chef's kiss. And then I wish they could do that to Star Wars. And Star Wars is not, I mean, it is what it is. It's not hard to develop that because it's been developed since 77? And also, too, I did not know this, but there's rumors that George Lucas took some ideas from Dune to make Star Wars. And it got me so curious about that. I actually want to think about reading Dune and see the parallel of that comparison. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm gonna test it and see. But back to the original thought is that's what it is, folks. It's Disney does not want it. Now, down the pike, I think Mando and Rey Star Wars is coming in the near future. It's not going to be a Dune experience, 100%. It's just going to be another same old stuff, different day kind of feel, and it's kind of sad. But I expect it, and I'll watch them. I'll watch them in theaters. I will, and give my review and talk about it and what I think about it. But to be excited and to look forward to it, no, 100% not. Not at all, because it is just a nothing burger anymore. But I always will have hope, no matter what. And that's hope in fans, honestly, is what keeps Star Wars alive. Because we hope that one day Disney will accidentally make a great Star Wars movie. Find the right director at the right time, at the right moment, the right budget, and perfect, it happens. That's my hope. But I don't go into a theater hoping that they'll do it, because I know how they've been in the last 4 or 5 or 6 or almost a decade of making movies of Star Wars, I should say, and how it's been. And it's not looking too good for them in the Star Wars front. But with Dune, man, I'm hoping they're making a Dune 3 in the next 3 years, maybe. I'm hoping. And I'm hoping that the studios don't push the director too much, that he jets out. Because I think he has a certain fingerprint on his storytelling in movies. And that's what I love about movies is when you give a director, I hate to use the word, but everybody says it, let him cook, right? It's a good expression. I like it. I ain't gonna lie. But you can see how he don't have producers down his throat and like, you know, do this down here. You know, they're making him cook, let him do his thing, his vision, let his vision come out on the screen, right? Other studios are a different story. They have to force you and overproduce, and you have to have this, you have to have this, you can't have this because of this. They're just such overproduced, and you can see it on the screen. But Dune, man, it's a fact. Watching that it is freaking possible to make a great Star Wars movie, 100%. If they can do it in a $150 budget, $150 million budget, it's possible forever. Let's say it's a $200 million budget for Star Wars. It's possible. It's possible. But they don't want to make it that way. They want it kind of like here, the bare minimum. They don't want to do too much because then we expect too much out of them. I can see the perspective on that. But still, I can talk about this all day, but I don't want to bore you too much. But that's the main thing is I hope that Hollywood will see how the market is with people interested in 1 and 2 of Dune and say, you know what, this is what people want, then let's make this type of movie. Or get the idea, let's make this type of movie. And then see if it works. That would be freaking amazing. Heck, I would love for Disney to just sell off Star Wars. They will never will. I don't care what rumors will say. Because Disney needs Star Wars. Disney needs Marvel to be able to have some type of game, I guess, in the movie industry. If they didn't have those, nobody would consider Disney in the same arena of making good movies anymore, if that makes sense. But anywho, that's enough for today. I guess I will talk to you all later.